Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say, and deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind, it's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. 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 Good afternoon, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. Let me bring the mic down. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, we're going to have a good show today. Y'all remember, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. When it goes down, it's going to go down. We're going to get into it. I don't know where we're going to start. We got a lot of things to talk about today. Y'all grab your coffee. Y'all make sure y'all share this. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to be all over the place today. Also, remember, if you want to be a guest and come into the lab, I'm going to drop the link also. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. And then, like I said, if you want to come in, go ahead and copy the link down, and I'll bring you on in there. Let me go ahead and get it up there. I had a great vacation. I am back off vacation. I was at the beach visiting my son. He's doing good. Appreciate everybody for checking in on me down there. Let me get my music off first off. Got that backup music going. There we go. There we go. Who do we have this morning? Do we have anybody in here yet? Let me see what we got kicking. I got make sure all my monitors are working. Oh, I'm gonna take my time this morning because I got a lot of things I want to cover, and I really don't know where I want to start. But y'all make sure y'all comment. Where do we go first? Let's see where we're gonna go first. So, as everybody is probably aware, y'all remember back in the day when Joe Biden and Donald Trump was on the debate stage, and I gotta make sure everything is working. And Donald kept telling the moderator that Hunter Biden was making money over there in China, and didn't nobody want to believe him. But it seems that CNN has finally had to come to grips. Now, I don't know why Jake Tapper wants to act like he never knew, but we're gonna let Jake say it for himself. Y'all go ahead and check this out here.
From 2 different debates, but
they're gonna try to cover it up with music.
Trump was right. I mean, he did make a fortune from China, and Joe Biden was wrong. I don't know that he was lying about it. He might not have been told by Hunter, but this blind spot is a problem.
Well, that was CNN's Jake Tapper there, declaring it looks like Donald Trump was right all along. Now, he's referring to the fact the former president maintained throughout the 2020 campaign season that his opponent's son, Hunter Biden, pocketed money from foreign nationals. Joe Biden still says he's never spoken to his son about his overseas business deals, but when he was running as the Democratic presidential candidate, he pushed back against Trump, who said Hunter was doing deals with China and Ukraine.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China.
What you
None of that is
president,
true.
He made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
So was Joe Biden lying when he said that, or did he just not know? This debate is an interesting one because it all stems back to when Joe Biden served as the vice president under the Obama administration. Within the debate, Biden then points the finger at Trump, saying he is the only guy who's made money from China and that nobody else made money from China. Joe Biden then again says that's not true when Trump said Hunter made a fortune in Ukraine, China and Russia. The notion of Hunter Biden doing deals with foreign interests wasn't really taken seriously until the contents inside his discarded laptop became verified in the last few years, and the fact that he's now admitted himself that it's true. Various bank statements and records from his laptop, testimonies from those associated with him, and whistleblower statements have revealed that yes, Hunter Biden was doing deals with countries such as China, Ukraine, Romania and Kazakhstan. Emails found from Hunter's laptop revealed over 14 months starting in 2017, entities controlled by Hunter and his uncle James Biden received about $4.8 million from CEFC. While there is no evidence to confirm Joe Biden pocketed any money himself, various allegations from whistleblowers have claimed that the now president was referred to as the big guy who would receive a 10% stake in a business venture. And then Hunter Biden admitted in court in July, contradicting his father when he said that he did receive millions of dollars from China and Ukraine, just like Trump said all those years ago. In a Delaware courtroom, the day Hunter Biden's plea deal was dismissed by the judge, Hunter admitted to receiving $664,000 from Chinese energy company CEFC. This company was a Chinese Communist Party-backed business, having done many ventures with the Belt and Road Initiative. Belt and Road is the Chinese-led infrastructure initiative developed by the CCP and has been implemented in over 150 countries. Hunter was also questioned on the $1 million retainer he received from Patrick Ho, who was a CEFC official. The president's son claimed it was a payment to the law firm that he created to act as counsel to Mr. Ho, who was charged in the US in a scheme to bribe leaders from Chad and Uganda. Hunter's deals with Ukraine have also been called into question many times, especially after an FBI's informant FD 1023 form revealed Hunter Biden was paid millions of dollars to sit on the board of the gas company. He admitted in court to have earned around $500,000 as a director from Burisma, which was about $42,000 a month between 2014 to 2019. This failed plea agreement also includes $70,000 from Romanian businesses and over $600,000 from business deals brokered in the US.
Okay, I apologize about that. A little slow with the buttons here. I was taking some notes. Okay, so as we can see, first let me give shout outs. Big B, Brian May, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you. It's been a long time. We'll see each other again back out on the road. Tommy Temper, YouTube is in the building. Tommy said you need to concentrate on getting more subscribers. Hey, Tommy, I'm trying, bruh. I don't know what it is with me and YouTube right now, but they know where I'm at. So the only thing I can do is just keep grinding. Every time I go on somebody's platform on YouTube, I'm always plugging it. Tommy Temp, I'm going to come over there and plug it away. And please, you get me some subscribers. You're the man. Tell Fry I need to get fried also. So let me give out morning shout outs. Eddie Dibble, good morning. Judith Hall, good morning. Jerry Monasterio Sanchez, good morning. Sean Meehan, my brother-in-law, good morning. Kevin Mock, good morning. Rambling Rick, my brother, good morning. Convoy School Bus, good morning. Terry Bush, good morning. Jeffrey Dixon, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. So, what we were just watching right there. you know, it is really a shame, because here we have a man that people voted for, a man that is now known to just be an habitual liar. Joe Biden, A.K.A. Robert Peters, A.K.A. Robin Ware, A.K.A. J.R.B. Ware. Yeah. Those are his aliases. It's crazy. It's crazy. But see, this whole thing is funny. This, at least to me, this whole thing is funny, because what we have to understand, what we have to realize and understand is Hunter Biden is a crackhead. Hunter Biden's a crackhead. Hunter Biden ain't going to jail. See, a lot of people don't realize Hunter Biden is still looking at gun charges, tax evasion, tax fraud. Hunter Biden is still looking at jail time. So, as a crackhead would do, Hunter Biden is ready to flip. Hunter Biden is ready to make his dad testify. Hunter Biden is bringing out his crackhead tendencies, because you know a crackhead don't care about nobody in the family. Why? Because his dad is the president. Are we supposed to believe that he's not going to do a crackhead move and flip on his family? You put a crackhead in front of the police. Haven't y'all ever watched The Next 48? You put a crackhead in front of the police, he telling on everybody. I got a clip that I want to show y'all. I don't know if y'all been tuning into what's been going on, but we're gonna look at this clip if I can. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. We're gonna let them speak for itself. Let it speak for itself.
Meanwhile, Hunter Biden's legal team once vowed to put President Biden on the stand during Hunter's tax and gun trial. Documents obtained by Politico, which show that Hunter's former attorney Chris Clark says, quote, "This of all cases justifies neither the spectacle of a sitting president testifying at a criminal trial nor the potential for a resulting constitutional crisis." Sharice, what's interesting here really is this threat from Hunter's attorney that seems to have really changed the game on the entire deal that Hunter, it gave him the deal, basically.
Absolutely. And this is fascinating to me because something new is coming out every single week on this issue, and we keep finding more and more evidence of corruption, and you're starting to ask, maybe we do need an impeachment, maybe we do need to dig deeper on this. I mean, when we're seeing not only strong arming coming from the defense attorney with the DOJ to protect the president, to protect the administration, and make this entire thing much more political than it needs to be, but in addition to that, you're seeing, again, the sitting president of the United States using pseudonyms in an email in order to disconnect himself from these emails that are supposed to be business, right? But they're definitely attached to the government. So we just need to dig much deeper in all of this, and it's really concerning that we're not calling it out on other networks.
It's this information. It's the bank records, which Comer says is, and specifically, we're going to get more of. But at the same time, I think what's interesting here, Mike, is the fact that this plea deal that this attorney cut, all it took was, we're going to put the president on the stand. And then all of a sudden, he got that sweetheart gun deal. And until the judge said, wait a minute, not so fast.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I use fake names with my emails when getting for bribes all the time. Right? Look, so a few items to unpack here. Obviously, like all these business deals for Hunter Biden were bribes. Okay, there's no other way to look at it. What service could he possibly be providing that's worth tens of millions of dollars?
Oh no, Mike! All of the energy company experience that Hunter had.
Well,
Such an expert.
Admittedly,
He was.
he had a debilitating crack habit. This is not a guy who drank too much.
He was
This
a
is guy who had
crackhead.
a crack habit to the degree where his teeth rotted out, right? And so it's really, and to me, that's the only thing that makes this Biden family endearing is that every family's touched substance abuse, right? But beyond that, there's no logical reason why money gets transferred into the United States, then back offshore, and then back into 20 different LLCs or a series of different LLCs and gets divided amongst 10 or 11 different family members in the Biden family. What work were these people doing?
And that seems to be still, to this day, the number one question. See, because we know Trump Inc. We know Trump had businesses. What businesses did the Biden family have other than the Biden brand? There is no way on God's green earth you're going to get America or me to believe that a crackhead is with no skills, with no foreign language background, with no corporate experience. There's no way that he's going to go around the world with his dad and close multi-million-dollar deals and bring money back. Now, I can say he could, but for what? What was the services provided? I can tell you right now, one of the services provided was putting America last. Making sure America damn sure wasn't first. You know, one of the things that pisses me off, really, one of the things that really pisses me off, and I haven't even gotten into my notes. Y'all see, I got all kind of notes. We haven't even gotten into those yet. One of the things that pisses me off, we're watching. Can you imagine the effort put forth by this government if it was put forth like this for our homeless people and for our less fortunate people? Do you see the mobilization that this government is doing for illegal immigrants? Do y'all see the energy that this administration is putting out and putting forth for these illegals? Can you imagine if they put that same energy out for our homeless and our veterans and our less fortunate? They never thought about opening up coliseums and sleeping the homeless. They never talk about putting up tent cities on acres of land for our homeless veterans where there's heat and 3 meals and a cot. You never see that type of mobilization. They leave them under the underpasses in all of the elements. You know, my man, the guardian angel guy that they arrested yesterday that was protesting out in New York with the other protesters. You know, he said it right on the button. You have people, immigrants, that have been waiting for years, that have paid money through systems other than the cartels, that have been waiting their turn to get here, but yet these others are allowed to just bypass everyone. But if they're able to get away with it, they're damn sure going to do it. They are. Lori Owens, hello. Layla Gale, hello. Deborah Joyner, hello. Laura Flynn. Kathy Gardner, hello. My brother Jeff Barbo, hello. Jeffrey Dixon, hello. It's crazy. It's a mad, mad world. It's a mad, mad world. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? To date, they've captured or they've detained coming across our border 146 people off of the terror watch list. Are you hearing me? 146 people on the terror watch list they have caught. Now we know when you catch, that is a rarity. That is a small percentage. So you have to ask yourself, if they caught 146 people off of the terror watch list, how many got by? How many got by? You're never going to catch a greater percentage that is getting away. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So how many terrorists now do we have here that's going to perpetrate mass hysteria in the future? How many? It's crazy. I think it's about time for another video. What do y'all think? I think it's about time for another video. Let's see what we have next on the menu. But we got a lot to talk about. Y'all remember, y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications, because man, things are just going crazy. And you know when things are going crazy, when I don't care what the Democrats say. I don't care what the Democrats say. You know why? Because they keep jumping ship. They keep leaving. If Democrats, if y'all are the party of everything y'all are supposed to be the party of, like Joe Biden said, why are your people the ones jumping ship? When do you hear Republicans jumping over to the Dems? You don't hear that shit. Ray, roll it. Let's go. We got another one. Here it is. Her name is Carrie Tulip Sanchez. Let's see what Mrs. Sanchez has to say. Well, welcome aboard, Mrs. Sanchez. Welcome aboard.
Lynchburg County Attorney Kira Tulip Sanchez. Good morning to you, Kira.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you're switching. You have been a Texas Democratic County official. You've announced you're now switching to the GOP. Tell us more about why.
Well, as you know, my parents came to the United States from Mexico, and they raised me with conservative values. And in recent years, I feel like my former party has moved further left, and it's no longer aligned with my values. And growing up in this community as a Hispanic, we were told, Hispanics are Democrats, and that is not really the case. I feel like a lot of Hispanic Americans are Republican and they don't even know it.
What was your breaking point in particular? The lack of communication with the administration, the lack of caring. After all, the president did come down once and watch a dog get spot drugs in a police car, but that wasn't enough.
Well, I mean, to be honest, as my job as county attorney has no politics in it. My job is just to follow the law and prosecute. But in my position, I do run the Specialized Crimes and Narcotics Task Force, and our job is to proactively target criminals engaged in trafficking, weapons, drugs, persons, and currency. And we see it every day. Operation Lone Star that we're also involved with. We help Border Patrol and other counties with all the human smuggling that's going on. And, Clayburgh County has a checkpoint. Well, it's in Sarita, and we have a lot of foot traffic that comes around that checkpoint.
Right.
And it's become a big problem.
Sure. So, Kira, to recap, would you say that during the Trump years, where he really cracked down on the southern border, where it wasn't quite the open door that it is now, Trump years were less chaotic in your county? If that policy had continued to today, would you be switching parties?
I probably still would. I've been thinking about it for several years. I was nervous to be called a traitor. You're Hispanic. Why are you Republican? But I feel very comfortable in switching. I feel like I'm at home, and this is where I belong.
Who called you a traitor?
Well, I'm just saying, I've already had comments, they've been basically saying, oh, how can you do that? You're Hispanic. You should be a Democrat.
Huh. Well, maybe you speaking out will get the attention of other Democrats, and they'll be switching as well.
Yes, and Clayburgh County is the southernmost Republican county in Texas right now, and we have a great team, and our goal is to keep our community safe.
Do you have a border wall?
Excuse me?
Do you have a border wall?
No.
Unbelievable. And we
right
paid for it, and you're right there.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much.
The county voted.
Okay. Catherine, hello. Good to see you this morning. And everybody else who is in the building, y'all make sure you drop y'all comments. Also, like I said, the stream is right there, but let me go ahead and take that down. And there we go. Y'all already know. Let me put that back up there. That's how you get in. I was going to take it down, but I'll go ahead and leave it up. Yeah, so we have another Democrat that has decided that she cannot stomach it anymore. And kudos to her, because I felt the same way. And it was like, I felt this way in the beginning. I was like about 7 years ago. About 6-7 years ago, I made my switch. And exactly the same thing she said. The Democratic Party has went such a way. I'd like to say the Democratic Party really has been hijacked by just the deep state. A bunch of people who have been controlling the party for decades, and decades. But we always knew that the truth, because let's face it, ain't nobody jumping over to a lie. Ain't nobody jumping over to a lie. She's not the first. She's just one of many. I mean, y'all can go back. Y'all heard the stories of the Democrats jumping ship. The ones that can muster up the courage to just say, you know what, enough is enough. They feel the effects. But you have people that just have to hold on to party. You see, now you have the governor of New York blaming Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, for the migrant problems that they're having in that city. Kudos to the outer city, to the outer counties, like Nassau County. Did you know they wanted to turn a hockey arena up in Nassau County into a facility for the migrants? They say it could possibly hold up to 5,000 migrants, which were going to be predominantly men. Like I was saying earlier, can we imagine if they put that energy towards our homeless people? She became a Republican. See, it's a lot of people understand it's hard being an independent because you want to stay relevant in politics. Being an independent, it sounds good because you don't want to look like you jump from one team to the other team. But in politics, if you go out as an independent, you're basically out there on an island by yourself, and you might have a voice, but you won't progress nowhere really, because you're like that third wheel. You'll always be that third wheel that never really gets to, get going. Unless you have a movement behind you already. Unless you have a following that is going to go with you already. So what we got? There's also talk of them taking a Central Park, yes, and turning it into a migrant camp, but won't do anything for New York City homeless. Exactly. Imagine if they put that energy towards our homeless. We wouldn't have that problem. We wouldn't have the homeless problem. But see, that's when you realize and understand there's a method to their madness. There's an agenda that's taking place. Do you know that tent complex that you're talking about in New York City is going to cost them $20 million a month? It's going to cost them $20 million a month. Where do you think that money could go? Where do you think that money could go? $20 million a month. Oh man. Only in America. I guess that's what is that what they mean when they say only in America? I don't know. But where we at? Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. Gail Bice, Tammy Pereira, Tanya Talfason, Perry Dennison, Mary Hawk, and I already said Catherine Denise. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Let's get on to our next topic. Like I said, when you see a ship going down, some people like to jump. But let's get on to our next one, and then we're going to go into it. What do we have here? Let's see what they got to say about us in another country. This is how they're breaking it down in other countries. Let's go.
States now, the probe against Hunter Biden, that's ramping up. Right. Now, the House Oversight Committee that's leading the investigation, it's seeking records that allegedly show that President Joe Biden facilitated his son's business dealing during his time as vice president.
Exactly. Now, the legal woes and, of course, the allegations are all mounting, and you are seeing it mounting on both sides, with Joe Biden and Donald Trump on the other side. Right now, we're, of course, talking about Joe Biden's scam. Now, House Republicans are looking into President Joe Biden's alleged use of a fake name to mask his identity. House Committee Chairman
This
James
is what they
Comer
think
has
of
requested
America.
the National Archives and Records Administration to hand over shielded documents related to any official duties Joe Biden undertook while being the vice president that overlapped with Hunter Biden's business dealings in Ukraine. Comer has sought documents in which the elder Biden allegedly used a pseudonym.
Right, the pseudonym they're referring to here is Robert L. Peters, which was revealed from Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop.
They're talking
the use
about
of
it.
pseudonyms are supposed to prevent the discovery of any communication by the member of the government under Freedom of Information Act. Apart from this, Comer has also requested to hand over certain other documents in this case as well. These includes drafts of Biden's December 2015 speech to Ukraine's parliament.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden's top lawyer and White House counsel Stuart Dellery is planning to leave his post next month. Dellery has been in the job since July of 2022. He advised the president on advancing his legislative agenda and defending against Republican-led congressional investigations.
Right, and his departure at the time of deepening probe into his son can escalate Biden's troubles, who's running for 2024 elections. No replacement had yet been named for Biden's top lawyer position.
So, I like to watch news around in other countries to get an idea of what they're talking about and what kind of information they're pushing out to their public. And as you can see, the top story, they talking about Joe. They might not be talking about Joe here on well, no, I already shut. Well, they get ready to start talking about Joe Biden because, see, the story's getting too juicy. The story's getting too juicy. They have no choice but to talk about it. See, Hunter's a spoiled little brat. Hunter's a spoiled little brat, and his attorneys, you know, they already feel duped. Can you imagine being one of their attorneys or anybody on their team, and they promise you that something is going to go down a certain way and something's going to happen, and you stick your neck out on the line because you know there's some kind of consequences and repercussions for your actions? But you get such a guarantee that everything's going to go smoothly until it doesn't. And Hunter, y'all mark my words. Y'all going to be able to go back to this day and I'm going to be able to say I told you. Hunter Biden is about to blow up the whole thing. A crackhead will crack under pressure. A crackhead will crack under pressure. But we're gonna stay on the Bidens. I want to show y'all something. Let me see if I got it here. Let me see. I might have it. Can I get... Let me see if I got that. I don't want to do that one. That's not the one I want. But see, I'm using it, so it's going to be what it is until I can get it. But do me a favor, y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, get them notifications until I can fix this. Okay, I got it now. It takes me a minute. But I want to show y'all some embarrassing stuff. I got video here. If I can pull it up. Sometimes they don't want you to do this. Let me see. My technical skills aren't the best, so I apologize. I got to get it right. That's not it. That's not it. So let me eliminate that. That's what happens when you do everything by yourself. Let me see. That one. Okay. That's right. Y'all get it live. I do the best I can. Don't laugh at me. Let's go. Alright, let's see if we can get it now. I think I got it.
Never met before.
Biden, okay.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana.
This man is literally dozing. I'm glad y'all was waiting with me.
My son's
He's dozing.
Burned down.
He's in Maui sleeping.
My daughter's home burned down. My home burned down. My parents.
I messed that up.
59 years home.
We gotta show that again. If I can. Okay, it's not gonna let me.
Never met before.
Okay. This man is literally
that relies on family, on ohana, whether by the blood.
Now, these are people that are in a luncheon, as you can see, President Biden meeting with survivors. Joe Biden looks like he can barely survive. Every time we look at Joe Biden, he's in a state like this. The man spends over 40% of his presidency on vacation. And the only thing we ask, Joe, is that you stay awake. That's all we ask, Joe, is that you stay awake.
Burned down. My daughter's home burned down.
So while they're having a solemn moment, Joe Biden, he wants to take that opportunity to go to sleep. And when this man isn't taking the opportunity, look at this. When this man,
I don't want to.
Let me see if I can get
difficulties,
this.
But we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday. And lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond. And hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding aside, I watched the firefighters
So, why when Joe Biden always talks about anything, he always has to say, no, with all kidding aside. Joe, don't you think we know all kidding should be aside? You're the only one out there laughing, Joe. So, when Joe Biden has the opportunity to speak when he's not sleeping, or nodding off, should I say. He wants to try and compare. Now, this was a little kitchen fire. After the investigation and everything was out there, it was a little kitchen fire that they put out in 20 minutes. But he wants to go on to say that he almost lost his wife. He almost lost his Corvette. And he almost lost his cat. This is my thing. I would think they're all in different locations. Your Corvette's in the garage. Your cat damn sure ain't nowhere near where the fire is. And neither your wife should be. So even if y'all on the other side of the house with the little fire in the kitchen, how did you almost lose her, Joe? But I guess that's like you using your son, Bo, dying in all of these different experiences. That's what happens when you're an habitual liar. You can't tell the truth. The truth isn't in you. We can go way back on video, back how Joe was lying about what he did to get in college and how many colleges he went to and where he graduated at in his class and all of this stuff. He's an habitual liar. We know who Joe is. We know who Joe is. He's always making it about him. They always pander. This man, if Joe Biden went to Africa, he would say one of his cousins was raised by a tribe over there. Oh, he would say that. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. He would say that. If he went to Africa, he would be like, oh, one of my cousins was raised over here. Really? Pandering to everything and everybody. Come on, man. I got a train. Y'all hear the train? So, y'all want to hear something funny? So the judge in Georgia, she kind of like put a gag order on our guy Trump. She says Trump cannot use any type of speech that is intimidating or harassing towards anybody. Basically, Donald Trump, she's trying to say Donald Trump can't talk because everything that Donald Trump says can be taken as intimidating. Because to some people, Donald Trump is just an intimidating figure. A trap. But the Don ain't gonna last on that gag order too long. We know the Don. He ain't gonna last on that too long. So we're gonna see what he's gonna be like. Balls in your court. Balls in your court. He can't use no type of language that's intimidating. Really? Really? Wow. Where are we going? Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? I know I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell so we can get them instant notifications out. So, we're gonna talk. We're gonna get ready to move over to Hawaiian wildfires. What do y'all think about the Hawaiian wildfires? Drop your comments. Let's get into the first video with this. Let's see where we at. Alright, here we go. No, we're not going to do that one. We'll go ahead and do this one. Can I still get that one? Will it let me bring it up? They might have took it away. We got to find out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to see if they're going to let me get it. They wouldn't let me get it earlier. But I believe they might. And they're still messing with me. Let's see if we can get it. A lot of stuff they are taking down because they don't want to go up there. So we got to see if they do it. Okay. Okay, what I'm about to show you, I want y'all to listen to this real carefully. And I'm going to see if they're going to let me play this. Y'all got to bear with me because I really want y'all to listen to this. Bear with me. This is what happens when you do all the technical stuff by yourself. But I have no choice. Let me see where I am. Okay, y'all bear with your brother. I appreciate it. Almost. I think I'm there. Okay, here we go. For some reason they don't want it to play, but they ain't gonna have a choice. I want y'all to listen to what this guy says. Okay, I'm having technical difficulties now, and I don't know why. So they're not going to let that play. And I don't know why they're not going to let it play. As far as I can see, they don't want me to air this. So we're going to have to stop sharing. And let me see if I can get it back. You hear the Chinese want to build military base there. Well, I got the sheriff in here, but I can't. I got the governor on here, but it won't let me do what I need to do. I'm trying to see if it'll get to it. Wow, they won't let me share it. So I'm having technical difficulties with this video. But they're not going to keep me from telling you what it is. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe because they are messing with me now. I'm here momentarily. Y'all gonna have to bear with me for a second because they're not good. I'm not gonna let them do this. I'm not gonna let them do this. Hold on, bear with me. I'm coming back to y'all. Okay, so this is what happens when I'm trying to do a podcast and they don't want me to show certain things. What I was trying to show, the lieutenant down there on the ground had made the statement that they were giving the residents $700. First of all, that is an insult to the people that live in Maui. That is an insult. $700? The cost of living there is well beyond that. They're saying a family of four need about $2,500. So what is $700 going to do while you are taking care of all of these illegal immigrants, putting all of these billions of dollars into these illegal immigrants coming to this country, and you're forgetting about Hawaii? Why? Why? Why did it take you 2 weeks to go to Hawaii? Why? I don't judge people too much off of what they say. I can only go by their actions. And they never once treated Hawaii like it was important. Like it was an extreme emergency. And they're still not to this day. Hawaii, the vacation destination. You have people on that island, Maui, that city. You have people like Oprah Winfrey, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, Clint Eastwood, Steven Tyler, Peter Thiel, Mick Fleetwood, Owen Wilson, Will Smith, Willie Nelson. These people are silent. These people are silent. See, now, you have to think, though, this is a small island that a small minority of wealthy people maintain and live and call a second place of refuge. Some $1 million of land that they own. Acres, thousands of acres of land that they own. Woody Harrelson, correct. And they're all silent. But you know who is there? You know who is there? Oprah. Mother Oprah. That's what we're going to call her. Mother Oprah. You know she has to play that mother role? She has to play that mother role. You know why I know she's playing that mother role? Because Jeff Bezos ain't making himself out there known. Clint Eastwood, he ain't making himself out there known. Will Smith, he ain't down there making himself out there known. Woody Harrelson ain't making himself out there known. Why? But you hear them say, well, this person is doing that. Yeah, we hear that, but why do we see Oprah? Why can't you just sit back and say, Oprah's doing this, Oprah's doing that? Why do we see Oprah? Because it's time for her to play Mother Oprah. Now, I'm not going off into no conspiracy theories or anything of that nature. But my only question is, how come everything that needed to go wrong went wrong? How come not one thing to help prevent this fire went right? You mean to tell me you couldn't save half the city? See? And this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand, because this is what I know logically. People with money, they have more of a reach. They have more of a connection. They like security, and they have more of a upper hand. So you want me to believe that all of these millionaires that own land and own property and everything, they're gonna let this whole city burn up except they shit? You couldn't stop half the city from burning up. That's what you telling me. You couldn't stop half the city from burning up. It's like you just sat back and said, let it burn, let it burn. And then you have that same no, it wasn't the governor, or was it the governor? He's not even from Hawaii. He's from Pennsylvania. Why isn't Hawaiian the governor of Hawaii? What does this man know about being Hawaiian? But that's something else for another day. But and why is it that their disaster fund went from $3 billion? You know, when disaster things happen, you get a disaster fund, so that area gets the money. How does it go from $3 billion to $43 billion? That's a big jump. That's a big jump. Or was it million? No, not million. I don't know if it was million with an M or billion with a B. But damn it, it was one of them. How does it go from 3 to 43 just in a short period of time? Now, a person like me would be like, damn, y'all, it's like y'all expected something to happen. It's like those people that go and invest, like the Pelosi's and them people, they go invest, and then when the shit go bust, they hurry up and pull their money out. Did everybody have to lose everything? That's all I want to know. Did everybody have to lose everything? You couldn't stop half the city from burning? Not half. I want to hear one celebrity's house that burned down. I want to hear one celebrity's house that burned down. And I want to hear about more celebrities that are there trying to do something to help these people than Mother Oprah. Because I already know what Oprah's agenda is down there. Why is everybody else staying away? You know, it's sometimes things just aren't a coincidence. Sometimes things just aren't a coincidence. I'm looking at both screens. I got y'all in here. Christy Vance, Tina McGregor, what's up, my sister Tina? Danny Welsh, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mary Hawk, good afternoon. You know, sometimes things aren't a coincidence. Let's What else we got going on here? Let's see what I got going on here. Let's see.
Governor Josh Green had to say, along with the FEMA director, about preserving Lahaina moving forward.
I'm already thinking about ways for the state to acquire that land,
The
so that we
state.
can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make it open spaces in perpetuity as a memorial to people who were lost. We want this to be something that we remember after the pain passes as a magic place. And Lahaina will rebuild. The tragedy right now is the loss of life. The buildings can be rebuilt over time. Even the banyan tree may survive. But we don't want this to become a cleared space where then, yes, people from overseas just come and decide they're going to take it. The state will take it and preserve it first.
Okay. Let me get some notes. Got a couple of things. The state will take it first. So it sounds like there's one or two options. Because obviously the people ain't getting it back. Preserve it? Why would you even talk about preserving it? That lets me know that the people ain't even getting it back. If preservation is one of the options, the people ain't even getting it back. You don't want outside entities to get it. So what do you have left to do? The state's going to purchase it. The state is going to purchase it. Is it a land grab? Because there's no way on God's green earth they would be able to get all of the land that they need from these people. Not voluntarily. I'm just asking. You know these 15-minute cities they want popping up all over the place? Everybody had to lose everything. Have you seen the pictures? They lost their boats. Now, this is what I want to understand. How did the fire get out across the water? How did the fire get out across the water? The boats were scattered all over the place. The boats were scattered all over the place. There was no fire in the water. But the boats were on fire. What came down that would just put everything and blow everything up like that? I'm just going by what the photo, what the video showed. The buildings and the cars were melted, disintegrated. How on God's green earth are there still trees standing up? I mean, metal is bent all around. How the hell are there trees still standing up? Last time I checked, trees are not more durable. Wood isn't more durable than steel. So how are they, even though the trees were burnt, how the heck, they should have been disintegrated. They should have been dust. If the fire and the heat was that intense, did you see the mulch of aluminum that was going down the trails? They had mulches of aluminum going down the if the heat was that intense where it can melt metal, why you got trees standing around? Just make me understand some logical shit. But even the police chief in the video has said it looked like a bomb hit this place and a fire. He said it. He said it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's go on to the next one with this Maui situation and see what they're talking about. Let's see what the locals got to say.
There's mixed reaction tonight from Maui, where Oprah Winfrey recently bought hundreds of acres of ag land in upcountry.
Now, we were the first to tell you about this earlier this week. Some disagree with the buy, but as K24's Ali Duklo explains, two lawmakers say it's actually a good thing.
Some on social media are calling the buy excessive because the millionaire already owns more than 100 acres in upcountry in Hana before buying 870 more acres in Kula.
Ag land is treasured here, as you can imagine. It's open space, it's beautiful.
Winfrey bought the agriculturally zoned land from Ulupalakua Ranch for $6.6 million. Our Instagram post of the news garnered hundreds of comments, most of them disapproving the purchase. This is a screenshot of some of the comments. One Maui resident arguing, "Why is this allowed?" Councilmember Yukile Sugimura, who holds the upcountry residency seat, lives about 30 minutes away from Winfrey.
I'm going to guess that she has an access deer problem, hog problem in her yard.
That's an issue Sugimura is welcoming Winfrey to become involved in, trying to mitigate the area's rampant deer population.
We're struggling. We're putting tax dollars together to try to do fencing and culling. We want to protect our food for food security as well as protect the watershed. So those are the big issues. And she's stepping right into the big issues.
Sugimura says she appreciates how Winfrey hires local residents for work on her property and other roles. Maui Senator Linda Coit points out Winfrey, who has been a part-time Maui resident for about 15 years, has made contributions to the community. In 2021, Winfrey donated $100,000 to the Women's Fund of Hawaii. DeCoit adds, much of the land Winfrey buys on the island remains undeveloped.
She's always been a great steward of our land, whether it be to preserve it.
That's why DeCoit calls the acquisition a positive purchase.
I wish we had more people like her that consider when we purchase lands, that they consider some of the reactions of the community from the past of how we've just been inundated with just a whole lot of development and tourism.
Ulupalakua Ranch declines comment on the transaction, and we have been trying to get into contact with Winfrey and her organization. Ali Iduklo, KITV4, Island News.
So, as you can see, from what I can see, back in the day, Oprah was a thorn in these people's side. So, it seems, she just wanted to keep grabbing up and grabbing up and grabbing up. So, she's always been on the scene. So that's why I say it's Mother Oprah time. She's down there. Where's everybody else? Where's all the other millionaires? You can't tell me the handful of millionaires that are down. They should all be down there. With the little white hard hats on and the vest and talking about, let's get this together. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's get this together. But they're silent. Because it's Mother Oprah time. It's Mother Oprah time. What else we got? So, I told y'all, I got so much stuff going on today, we're going to be jumping back and forth. Y'all know the debates are coming up, right? We got the Republican, the first Republican debate coming up. I believe it's Wednesday, and everybody that qualified is going to be on the debate stage. But they're going, see, all of them cats that are on the debate stage, they're running for I guess they're running for vice president. But see, Trump ain't even going to put them in for vice president. I don't even know why they're running, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why they're doing it. This is my personal opinion. I really believe in my heart of hearts that Donald Trump is going to wind up running with RFK Jr. I said it. Donald Trump is going to wind up running with RFK Jr. Y'all remember back in the day when everybody was... Now, see, with JFK Jr., I don't know what happened if he went down on the plane and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't get in conspiracy stuff. I don't know. But y'all remember when people were like, oh, JFK Jr. is going to come back from the dead and he's going to run with Trump. Well, this is my opinion. A Kennedy is a Kennedy is a Kennedy. Yeah. A Kennedy is a Kennedy is a Kennedy. They roll together. So, if it was once JFK Jr., why not RFK Jr.? Just because he's right now a Democrat, because we know the whole history, we know the story, but we knew the history and the story with JFK Jr. too. But people were all ready to say, they were all willing to say, oh, Trump, JFK Jr. So let's just pump the brakes. Why not RFK Jr.? Because I am sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want, unless it's somebody like a Byron Donaldson, and I'm not saying this off of because he's a brother. I'm saying this because of what I've seen off of what he stands for and what he's doing. I don't like none of the rest of them. I don't like DeSantis because he finally showed us who he was and what he was all about. He's really on the other team. I damn sure don't like Pence. We already know what Pence is all about. Vivek Swamy, I don't like him because he tries to act like he stands for something and he really doesn't. Because if he stood for something, instead of saying I'll pardon Trump, see, when you say you'll pardon Trump, that means you're willing to watch an innocent man be persecuted and then you'll vilify him after the fact. No. As an American patriot, you're supposed to say, yo, you know what? I'm going to bow down. Because you know you have no shot. Logically, you have no shot. You know this. So, rather than prey on his downfall, rather than prey on Donald Trump's downfall, you're supposed to be like, yo, Don, I got your back. I'm young. I got this in the bag in years to come. But let's handle the Constitution first. How can I stand up for America and I'm not standing up for you? You know? Forget pardoning him. Why stand by and watch him go through it? And that's where I lose my respect for a lot of the Republicans that are running. I'm hearing that if RFK Jr. and Trump's vice president, that may do away with the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, and they may create a unity party. And exactly, like I was saying earlier, I appreciate that. I'm going to keep that up there. Like I was saying earlier, when I was talking about somebody going out into an independent party. Democrats, the average Democratic voter right now hates Joe Biden. Hates Joe Biden. The only thing keeping Joe Biden up top is the powers to be. Don't you notice how anytime Democrats want to, that ain't down with the agenda, the only time they can get any speaking time or get their voices heard, they have to go to a conservative platform. They have to go to Newsmax. They have to go to Fox. They have to go to, because their own platforms won't allow them to have a voice. So I can see RFK Jr. pulling away from the Democratic Party and becoming somewhat independent. And I can see Donald Trump pulling away from the Republican Party and becoming an independent. I can see them two joining forces and uniting. And then, and only then, can I see an independent party dominate and take over the election pyramid, the election cycle, the election process. You have to have a movement to come with you. And MAGA is no joke. Just ask Ron DeSantis. Just ask Ron DeSantis. He was under the perception, he was under the illusion, he had some crazy idea that rather than back Trump, he would run against Trump. And guess what? He can't even get his own state to back him. Because he forgot that Trump introduced him to Mega Nation, and he thought he was going to peel Mega Nation away from Trump. I listen to the pundits, I listen to the news anchors, and they all sit back in awe of Donald Trump. Like his followers, they just won't fall off. And why should we? We see our president being railroaded, bamboozled, set up, crick-crack, call it what you want to call it, with no Vaseline, bent over the sink, whatever you want to call it. We see it being done to him. And America sees it being done to him. Why would we leave him? The Democrats act like they brought out some proof. The Democrats act like they brought out some receipts. The only thing y'all brought out was your devilish evil ways. That's all you've exposed. And in exposing yourselves, you've done nothing but make people leave. You don't have the numbers you used to have. That's why they're trying so hard to take down a man that they're not going to be able to take down. You know, you got that guy Goldman that comes out there, and he's trying to convince people now that the dots are connecting. He's trying to convince people, oh, yeah, but, you know, Hunter bringing in his dad. See, this is what they're getting to now. Hunter Biden bringing his dad into the equation. It was nothing but a detriment to anything Hunter Biden was trying to do. It was such a detriment that for some forsaken reason, they still were able to bring in millions of dollars. That's how much of a detriment Joe Biden was to Hunter's exploitations overseas. That's like somebody telling me Michael Jordan's going to be a detriment to me and my team if I pick him up in the pickup game. To quote Joe Biden, come on, man. They're caught. The Democrats are caught in their own web. And they keep spinning and spinning and spinning. And I know this because I watched a spider catch a fly in the web. And the only thing that fly was doing once it was caught, it was spinning and spinning and spinning until, you know what? All of a sudden, it stopped spinning. And then the spider went down and proceeded to do what it did. And that's what the Democratic Party is doing right now. Spinning to its death. Spinning to its death. What more proof do you need? I'm just so glad that no matter what the mainstream media says, America knows. America knows. So that's the good thing. America knows. Let's get in. I'm almost done. We're going to get into the one more. And of course, I came across these two young ladies. And let's see what they got to say. And they're speaking about Hunter. But I figure I'd give them a shot.
I agree. We've got a pretty amazing show for you today. Jess, why don't you take it away?
Well, Amber, it's been revealed through FOIA requests that President Joe Biden allegedly used the fake name Robert L. Peters when emailing his son's business associates, including using it to schedule secret calls with the president of Ukraine at the time. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability Chairman James Comer has called on the National Archives and Records Administration to provide records related to then Vice President Biden's official duties that might have overlapped with his son's activities in Ukraine.
Meanwhile, Democrat Representative Dan Goldman had this to say about Hunter Biden business associate and friend Devin Archer on CNN last night. Let's watch.
And in fact, what we do know is that the only official action the president took related to Hunter Biden's business interests was detrimental to Hunter Biden's company business interest. It was detrimental to Burisma, as Devin Archer, this new star witness for the Republicans, said, because the Burisma had the corrupt prosecutor general, quote, and I quote the witness, under control, and that was a good thing for that prosecutor general to be in office, and yet Joe Biden urged Ukraine, the Ukrainian government, to fire that prosecutor general. That's the only connection that President Biden had with any of Hunter's business dealings.
Journalist Glenn Greenwald reacted to Goldman's characterization of Archer, tweeting, "The reason Representative Dan Goldman is the new hero of American liberals isn't just that he's the heir to the billionaire Levi Strauss fortune. They worship those with unearned wealth, nor that he was on the Mueller team, but that he's willing as Adam Schiff, to blatantly lie." So bold statement there from Glenn Greenwald. I think his characterization of liberals is quite a funny one. But yeah, shocking revelation. It seems that this reporting is just coming from James Comer, that Robert L. Peters was the alias the vice president was using, but that the House Oversight Committee has some information on it. We haven't heard from Democrats about this. The Daily Mail obtained a letter with Joe Biden using this alias, and they've asked for more documentation and unredacted letters to really prove that Joe Biden was potentially colluding with Burisma, doing business with his son, and using this alias. But it doesn't.
Okay. So now this is what we have. Now we have Joe Biden. And this is okay, before we get to that. No, we're going to do this. You mean to tell me Joe Biden is going to use his alias with his son? See, this is just more evidence on the mountains and mountains of evidence that's already there. Joe Biden is going to use one of his aliases when communicating and corresponding with his son. Why? See, these are just questions that me and others have. Why use an alias when you're communicating back channel with your son, even if it's linked in with these other financial entities? Why are you using it with your son? So nobody knows that you're corresponding in certain lingo with your son pertaining to business, not pertaining to nothing else but business. Wow. And then you have this guy. See, now I know Goldman's angle. Now I know where it all fits in. Really? An heir to Levi Strauss? See, I never knew the tentacles that reach out to him. But see, now that they realize and they know, see, they're always moving the goalposts. They're always moving the goalposts, as you can see. So now that they know that we've connected the dots and narrowed their ass in to where, okay, we know that he was involved. But you have to understand, by Joe being involved, he was a detriment. See, are y'all understanding? They're now admitting he was involved. But by him being involved, he was nothing but a detriment. He wasn't he was a liability. Really? So now you want me to believe that all of these foreign business dealings that's going on that involves Hunter Biden, the mere fact of him interjecting the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, made his business deals less effective. So Hunter Biden, if Joe Biden was a detriment, you have to want me to believe that you would have got more money than what you got from these corporations if he was a detriment. But even if he wasn't a detriment, what skills did you have? That's the thing. What skills as a crackhead gave you the power and the authority to deal with people connected with the CCP? What knowledge of expertise? What world-renowned expertise did you have, Hunter Biden, that enabled you to have dealings with a Russian oligarch to make them give you millions? What? But see, America's done asking what? We're like a dog chasing its tail. We'll just keep going round and round and round and round. That's what we'll keep doing. What is it we do? We have to ride this shit out. We have to ride it out. Because the actual and the factual of it is, we don't know what's going to happen. With all of this mounting evidence, with all of this corruption that's been exposed, America would have thought the long arm of the law would have reached out for the Bidens a long time ago. But when the Bidens are the ones that control the arm, the process can be lengthy. We could be waiting a long time. Well, not too long. The windows are closing in, the walls are closing in, the house of cards are falling. We see it literally. We see everything blowing up in their face. And they sit idly by and watch Trump's numbers stay the same. And they can't understand it. Indictment after indictment after indictment after indictment. Trump and mega nations stand unfazed. And that's what we have to come to the realization of. When Trump is guilty of nothing, even though he has to go through this ordeal, he's not going anywhere. And he's especially not going to jail. Oh, he's especially not doing that. Mugshot and all. So we'll be able to put that as the new most famous picture ever. That would be the number one most famous picture ever as they go after him. As the Biden administration has destroyed 30,000 million taxpayer documents last year. Listen to this. The Biden administration destroyed 30 million taxpayer documents last year. Now, whose documents do these belong to? Who cannot now be audited in the future? I wonder who's on that list of people that have robbed the government of taxes for years. You got 30 million accounts. 30 million accounts. Last year. You see what power can do? Hillary Clinton, 33,000 emails. Gone. You see what power can do? Oh, remember Hillary Clinton had an email? Joe Biden's got emails. You see what power can do? And this is the thing. And this is what people got to understand. This is one of the reasons Hunter is in trouble right now. This is one of the primary reasons. There's a such thing called FARA. Y'all know what FARA is? It's the Foreign Agent Registration Act, which Hunter Biden, if acting on his own, failed to register to be, which is a federal offense, punishable by years in prison. So either one, Hunter Biden was acting on his own, didn't register with FARA as a foreign agent registration, money mover, money shaker, money maker, whatever you want to call it, with foreign companies and countries. Some not of our liking. Either that or dad knew. Can't have it both ways, Hunter. Can't have it both ways. Just one of the things that they're dodging. So, there are more receipts to come. More receipts to come. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we got to go through this. We got to go through this. What else do we got going on? Oh, so who else is at odds right now? AG Mayor Garland and Attorney General Weiss. They're getting ready to go at it. Y'all remember the two whistleblowers that came out? Did y'all know that Weiss and Beau Biden go way back? This is deep. So anyway, Weiss wasn't even going to charge Hunter Biden. They was going to let all this shit go. Every little thing that Hunter Biden did, Weiss was going to let go until the two whistleblowers came out. The two whistleblowers came out. Now, everybody was trying to say that the whistleblowers were lying about a meeting that took place where Weiss said that he couldn't do nothing with the situation. It was out of his hands. But he said he could. So they tried to make the whistleblowers seem like they were lying. But now what's going to happen when the other individuals that were in that meeting come out to corroborate the story that the two whistleblowers already came forth with? See, they in a whole heap of trouble. But that's what happens when you lie. My grandmother, God bless her soul, told me a long time ago. She said, boy, when you lie, you'll have to keep lying to cover up a lie, to cover up the lie, to cover up the lie. And eventually, you're going to lie yourself right out of lies. And that's what they have done. They're trying everything they can now. Hell, I don't know what tomorrow holds with these people. I know one thing. That girl in Georgia, she sure bit off too much more than she can chew. Another one that chose to commit political suicide for a certain cause, for a certain agenda, and now her stint in politics is going to be brief. Yeah, that's just actual and factual. Oh, it is what it is. It is what it is. Our last topic for today is, here we go again. Mandates are coming back. The mandates are coming back. And I heard the first actual and factual mandate this morning. ATL Atlanta, Morris Brown College. Now this is a private liberal architect school, historically black college. They have, or beginning the 1st of September, they will be implementing social distancing, boosters, and masks. We've already seen this movie. We've already been around this. We cannot allow them to, because they're going to try it. They're going to try. Because it worked the first time. And they're betting that you're going to be too scared to resist. If you were aware the first go around, they're not worried about you. They already know what you're going to do. They already know how you look at things. Now they're testing the ones that they got the first time. This is yet another opportunity for America to be able to say, you know what? Enough is enough. They present you with the opportunities. A lot of people say, I don't know what to do. I can't wait to get in the game. Well, guess what? Coach Joe, by his own doing, is about to call a timeout and allow you an opportunity to get in the game. Morris Brown College, what are you going to do? You young black folk out there that go to that college and it's still 80, 90 degrees out there, what are you going to do? When you've already seen repercussion and consequences from other people, what are you going to do? I will stay tuned. I will. Or maybe the American citizens will say, hey, who knows? We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Well, hey, as always, do I have anything else? Let me see if I do. I'm not sure if I do. If not, I appreciate everybody, all the comments. No. Do I want to show that? Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I wanted to show this. No. No, I didn't want to show that. Okay. Hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I actually had a good show today. Hour 49 minutes. What is it that college doing that and not other colleges? Well, in my opinion, everything has to start somewhere. And it doesn't seem to be a coincidence to me that they're starting with an historical black college. But what are those black youth going to do? Because I've seen how they've brainwashed the black community into fear. But you know, once you let a cat out the bag, once you left the toothpaste out the tube, it's hard to put it back. So many people have seen that, yo, I know people personally had the shot, had up to date, put it this way, up to date on the boosters. And they telling me I can't come over because they got COVID. Or their significant other got COVID. And they all... Why? How? But to each his own. To each his own. At the end of the day, we still live in America. To each his own. So, it is what it is. So, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all remember, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. I will see you tomorrow. Hey, it's been a good one. From the lab, this is your man. I'm out. Be easy.